YouTube, and welcome to Bub's World. This is your host, Bub, and today we're going to go over some stuff I picked up at the Lexington Comic and Toy Convention, affectionately referred to as Lexington Comic-Con. That's it. It was this past weekend. We had a big time, just tons of fun. First, we went to, actually took my wife to the ballet first, and we saw Snow White, which was absolutely fantastic. And then we went to the con afterwards because they were very close together. So we parked at the con, walked to the ballet, saw the ballet, then walked to the con, and then we did the con, and that was just a few hours. And then when it ended, we went to eat, and then we, which was fun because it had the Lexington Live, which is like a building. It's got a movie theater, an arcade, and like a little bowling alley, and a restaurant and a bar. So we had a good time eating there. And then we went back to the convention, and they had an after party with dancing. Well, it was a live band. I wouldn't really call it dancing because it wasn't really dance music. It was like 80s rock turned into hard rock. So it was kind of weird. It was okay. I understand that they have this band come often, regularly. So hopefully they I don't know, find a different band. I wouldn't say better. The band was okay, but it wasn't great. So anyway, it was a lot of fun, and then we went home. So nice long day and a long night. So anyway, let's make me small and get to the hall. See what I picked up at the Lexington Comic and Toy Convention. Yo, look at that. All right. So there's a little foreshadowing there. So the first thing I picked up. First, I didn't pick up much. We'll start there. I didn't pick up much, but I did get a couple of books. Nothing major, no big keys. This is Aquaman number 42. This was like just a few bucks, and whenever I see these Nick Cardy Aquaman covers for like less than $5, I usually pick them up. So I'm going to end up with a very, very low grade run of Aquaman probably someday. So these are kinds of books that I'm not hunting. Like I look every time I go to the bins. I look under the Aquaman and I see if there's anything that I don't have, and that's inexpensive. And if I see a nice low grade copy, I go ahead and pick it up. So that's what this is. So Aquaman number 42. Next, we've got a nice Infantino Flash cover. The Flash. I like Grodd covers. So this is the Flash number 172. The cool Gorilla Grodd appearance. Grodd puts the squeeze on Flash. Look at that. That's pretty good. I like that. Digging that. And then this one guy had a whole box of Cavewoman books. A lot of them weren't Bud Root necessarily, but they were Cavewoman books. So I picked up this Cavewoman cover gallery, which is pretty solid. And this is number... Oh, I don't see the number on it, but they have various numbers to these. Maybe this is number 1, and that's why I don't see it, but I'll look it up. But I know that there's a few of these cover galleries out there. So this one's a good one. Digging that. Bud Root doing his great work there. Isn't that lovely? So, and he had a bunch, but honestly, the price was just a little bit like... If I was trying to finish a run or two, and I didn't have those books, then maybe I would have picked them up. He only had a couple books that I didn't have, but they were also signed, and I didn't want to pay the extra that they wanted for the signed copy, so that's what happened there. Then I picked up some movie type stuff, so hope you guys are in for that. Here is Star Wars, the Despecialized edition. So what's funny is I was just looking for this online the other day. This is kind of a bootleg kind of deal, right? So what this is that this is a fan made Star Wars. You can look it up. Just look up Harmy, Harmy, Despecialized, and you'll find all the information you need to know on this. But what it is basically, and this is a real short encapsulation. You can watch literal documentaries that go on for hours, longer than the movie, about how this was made and what it's about. But the real super short version is that in 1997, George Lucas and his team came up with the specialized edition, and they wanted that to be the definitive version of Star Wars. They no longer cared about the 77, 78, whatever version of Star Wars. They wanted that to be the new version, the new finished version. And, you know, the problem with that is that Star Wars won like 7 Academy Awards. So why are you changing an award-winning film into what you think is better, right? So that's kind of the problem. It loses a lot of its strength and pacing. The new version does, and also, quite honestly, 1997. So that was about what 20 years after this came out that they remastered it, right? Well, shoot, it's been more than 20 years since then. So the graphics that they put into that 1997 version don't even hold up today. So then you have kind of groundbreaking graphics in the 77 version. Then you have now what would be considered outdated graphics in a 97 version. So what are you doing? You know, the CGI doesn't look very good. So anyway, that's a super short version. So there was a clamoring for people to have a high definition, high resolution copy of the original movies the way they were meant to be seen, and that's what this is trying to recreate, to get back to the original experience of Star Wars for all 3 original films. So that's what this is. So I've been looking for this for a while. Now, a lot of times these conventions, they don't have a bootleg or whatever. They don't allow booths to sell stuff like that because it's considered counterfeit merchandise. So a lot of times they don't let this happen. So, but I was surprised. But what this guy had was all stuff you can't find other places. And I've been to booths like this before. And the thing to remember is always negotiate price on these things, because chances are, well, I mean, this had 3 discs, but they cost pennies to make. You know, the case is literally maybe $1, and the little cheap printout on a printer, you know, I mean, there's nothing high quality or you know, packaging or anything like that put into this. So basically these guys are selling these, and if they run out, they can make 15 more at home and come back to the next con and sell some more. So don't overpay for this type of stuff. Try to remember that they're just ripping it off the internet most of the time, and you know, making a copy that costs less than $2. So don't overpay. So, which I didn't. I negotiated down on this one. So, but it was cool. I've been looking for this because you used to be able to buy them on eBay all the time, and there were various other sites available for Blu-ray stuff, and those have all shut down basically. And eBay might have something like this on for sale for like a buy it now for a hot minute, and they sell out and then they disappear because they're not really supposed to be on there either. So hard to come by. Glad I did, and glad to have I already had a digital copy of these, but I wanted a physical copy too. So awesome. And then also, I don't know if you guys are familiar with these, but these are CEDs. So this is capacitance electronic disc system. Okay. So, and a lot of people confuse these with laser discs. But these are not laser discs. These are, they're more like records. They're more like actual records. They have grooves. Whereas a laser disc or whatever is a smooth like a CD. These actually have grooves that get read by a stylus. So it's very much like a record, but for video. So anyway, that's what this is. And this is actually like a cartridge. And then the actual disc is inside. So I picked up Star Trek The Menagerie. And I'm not looking to get a huge collection of these, but I think they're pretty cool, and I'd like to have a few. And if I find a couple of decent presenting copies, I'll pick them up as I go. This one's got a bunch of scratches, which they always do because the player would scratch them as you put them in and out. So, like I said, the disc is inside, but you can't get to the disc. I mean, you can open it up, you can crack it open, but the player is designed that when you insert it, it pops the disc out. So, there you go. So, Star Trek Menagerie, you got that one. And then I also picked up, as we're trying to stay on theme today, picked up the Star Wars number 1. And I just think that these are some great representation of original poster art and stuff like that. So I really enjoy that. That one's killer. This one I'm going to hang up somewhere. Look at that. So the back is kind of dirty. The front's in really good shape. And the back's kind of dirty. So there you go. And these are like video discs, but they're more like records, more like video records. So look that up if you want. CEDs is what they're called. And there's tons of these out there. They were made pretty much in the early 80s. And then I think they died around the mid 90s. And they, you know, in like the UK, there's very few of them produced. But the American ones, they had quite a bit. And you can find these at yard sales. And like I said, most people just assume that they're laser discs and don't know the difference. Not that it matters. But this is all kind of old media technology, which we dig here at Bub's World. It's pretty much what the channel's about, is old physical media, you know, and sometimes new physical media. But the idea that if it's physical at all, it's probably on its way out. So, so there you go. All right, that's it. That's my haul, and we'll catch you next time in Bub's World. Remember to watch a movie, collect some old physical media. Read a comic, and don't apologize for the glare. Bye-bye.